Okay. Okay. I think we're set. All right. Perfect. Perfect. Howdy, Nick. Howdy, Xavier. Good to see you both in the chat. Let's see. Loki's a bug chaser. Confirmed. If you don't know, if you know, you know. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, perfect. Actually, perfect opportunity. Oh, of course. I saw it. I saw that. Ah, there it is. I saw that light. You can't lie to me. There we go. There we go. Briefest rainstorm in my life. I love it. All right. Come on. I really need to figure out how to get this controller thing to stop disconnecting on us like that. This gets more and more annoying every day. There really is no way to make this. All right. Well, I tried. This is what we call medium-sized, when the ball is about a player's tall. Now, the normal small ones are about half a... Did a skull just drop from the sky? Hey, Emmanuel. Good evening. Oh, man, I don't know what that was, chat, but that was... There's something in my mouth. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. I have to stay hydrated. BRB, chat. There we go. Okay, I'm good now. I'm good. Sorry about that, Sunny. Did I startle you with that? I didn't mean to, girly. Good to know, Nick. Alrighty, now let's move on. That's going to be very important information for me in the future. Clearly. Yeah, down here it's normal, right? You know, you have a bed just for you, Sonny. You don't have to sit next to it. You can sit, like, in it, you know. Yeah, so this is half our size. And then we have the big twice our size. Now this one... There we go. Is it there? Yeah. So one medium there. Now up here... Oh, I hope I didn't screw this up. I don't think so, but just to be sure, you know, you can't be too safe. Invigorating white cured meat. Robustness affects poison and rot, right? I guess to foreshadow Halictree? I guess? I'll be honest, that one's not clicking with me. Not gonna lie. It's crazy how cloudy it is up here. And it's always raining, right? I'm pretty sure it's always raining in this area. All right. There we go. All right. Just in case, I don't want to make this mistake where if I kill it, from what I understand, you put the HP to 0 and it resets. But just to be safe, I want to do this. Phew, okay. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Okay. All right, so it's going to be about 4 times as tall, so... There we go. It's just a disguise. All right, so I think that's safe. Okay, so we have one giant one in the lead up to the mountaintops. Now there is another one over at Flame Peak. Actually died around there earlier before I switched gears. So let's go find it. Should be somewhere around here. Huh. Is it not on this character somehow? Should be around here, right? Oh, no, it's that one over there. I see him now. I got the wrong one. Okay, no, it's the over there. All right, I was a little too far. Okay, yeah. Yes, another one. Another one that's twice our size, right? And then that's probably a teleporter or something, right? Because he's glowing. Actually, no. You know, I think I still need to. Yeah, because there's another one we want to look at, right? Yeah. Oh no, actually, I get even closer. Yeah, here. So from what I understand, there should be another medium. There he is. Yep, medium. 100%. No question. All right. We already know that there's the 2 mediums in Consecrated Snowfield. So it's 2 mediums, another one here, a disguised large over here approaching mountaintops, a large on the peak. Oh gosh. Are there a lot of crimson? Are there a lot of crimson or cerulean scarabs anywhere? Pretty sure the one here is a small. I know there's a small one up there by the fort. Yeah, I don't remember if there are many scarabs. Obviously, we have the big ones around Smarog, which again, besides a Smog reference with the treasure stuff and all this sparkly, shiny hoard, I'm not sure if what the meaning is there. I remember there being quite a few around here. I don't think any of them are that big. Same as around here. There's a few. There might have been a few around these Erd trees. I don't recall. Overall, I want to say that we have yeah, we have the small one there. Okay, so yeah, we have a normal one here. We do have a cerulean. That's it, though. We have that one cerulean. There we go. Nope. I'm not seeing it. Yep. Okay, so yeah, they're not always common around minor Erd trees. Which makes you have to ask, what is a FromSoft title, if not an amalgam of cultural references and reiterated themes? Very true. No lie detected. Come 1 second. Just want to get kind of... Oh, I went too far. Yeah, so these are the teardrops. There we go. Okay. All right. So with that in mind, it looks like that there aren't that many mediums or larges. The larges are found mostly around Swamp of Aeonia, Flame Peak, one at the Lake Incaria Manor, though it's invisible. Yeah. So obviously Carians brought it from the mountaintops because that's where they came from. So it's add the Hoarfrost Stomp and that pretty much affirms it. I actually have to wonder now if Hoarfrost Stomp could be something they picked up from Zamor, maybe. Questions. You never know. Then you have the medium one here, which combines with combine that with the skeletal the skeletal snails in Sage's Cave, the skeletons, the giant skeleton that the Mariner summons in Wyndham, kind of all goes together to tell us about giants living in the area. So that, like, okay, medium one, that makes sense. And the medium seem to make sense because I assume the idea is that the giant ones got brought over from Caelid with the giants and all their other giant pets that they brought. And in the process, they basically either they got out or they weren't ever really pets. They were more so just kind of little bugs that kind of latched on like little, you know, fleas and then started jumping around or whatever on their own, maybe. Either way, idea I would imagine is something along the lines of they get out and they start breeding with the native small mountaintop stuff and they become the medium-sized. Now granted, you'd think the same might be true because we do still see small and giant ones both in Caelid, but as far as I can tell, it doesn't seem like there's any medium-sized scarabs in Caelid. So I guess probably the idea is like in Caelid, it's more normal for the big ones to go with the big ones and the small ones to go with the small ones. Whereas, of course, in the mountaintops, it's literally just a few big ones and a whole lot of small ones to work with. So it's pretty much inevitable. The 12-foot Home Depot skeleton. Very important for Halloween. You have to buy it right now. Just 10 easy payments of $5.99.99. Yeah, there's also probably the effects to look at, those that explode, those that teleport, all that stuff. That's probably something worth trying to factor in to why they do that. I assume the general idea is that the powers they're absorbing in the areas also give them abilities to use certain powers, and that also manifests in the type of symbol on their backs. Yeah. Yeah, Sage is down here. Yeah, I know you're having it rough, buddy, but I can't help you. I can't help you, friend. Yeah, giant. This one's rolling around. I think it's small. Giant. There we go. Our favorite giant dragonflies. Like this guy's a little explosive. I guess because of Radon and fire. One in the middle, that's small. More of the big giant dragonflies over here. Then we're back over here. Yeah, there's no other giant ones that are like secretly out there or something. There you go. Okay, so based on all this, it definitely seems like, yes, they originate generally from Caelid. They get brought over to the mountaintops by the giants. They get loose before or after the giants are dead. Start breeding with the natives and produce medium-sized ones occasionally that are in between the sizes of the big and the small ones. The end result is effectively a whole lot of unique scarabs that we find mostly in this area, but then you have instances such as a giant bringing one of his medium-sized pets over here to Wyndham, and then you have stuff like the Carians happening to bring over maybe a gift pet from one of her troll friends or something over to Caria Manor. Oh, who knows? Maybe it also hits to ride. You never know. Just because it's big doesn't mean it can't sneak itself on board a caravan, you know? Maybe it just was really good disguising itself as just part of the cargo. Okay, and with that, now I can focus on Celia. Pretty sure this is Carlos, right? We got ourselves a twin sage. Got ourselves some crystal formations and stuff. I need to include this in the analysis. Crystal formations with some blue, yeah, like unless I'm gonna... Yeah, like unless I'm going to... I guess I could include that in... I guess I could always include this in Melania, considering it looks like it was mostly done post... There we are. Considering it looks like it was mostly done post... collapse. Of course, we have... God, I forget what the name of that one is. The Carian one. Alright, so this is Celia, and this is 100% not the Academy's crest. Just got to keep that in mind. Another twin sage. Wait. Isn't this one of the unique ones you encounter in the Academy? Or am I tripping? Well, isn't the guy who does like the spiral twin shard or whatever it's called? Maybe not, because we're seeing him quite a bit. There we go. Uh-huh. This is the Lusat one, I'm pretty sure, right? There we go. All right, and huh. Yeah, this is a Carlos and Luce. Olivinus, that's the other one. It might be just the idea that they did this as a general practice of just putting this stuff on the street sides and it's just growing out of control. Because it's specific to, right? Like it's specific to this section. All right, BRB one more time, chat. There we go. I want to look into getting a BRB screen, you know, something simple for you guys. That way, you at the very least can always have that visual reminder in case you have to do something else and come back and be like, is he still being right backing? Oh my god, tell me I can do this. If I could do this, I'm a god. Not really, but you know what I mean. I can't believe I can do this. Oh my god. Rain! Go away! Things were great without you. Oh my goodness. Whatever. We're gonna be here a while now. Oh. Apologies to everyone for the sudden rain. I am not a weatherman. I am so sorry. Thank God the rain has been merciful these last few days, I guess. I don't know how many days have passed in this one yet. Hmm. I guess it's the roots they're looking at. I don't think it's the Erd tree, could it? No, I don't think it's the Erd tree. Yeah, but no crystals growing outside of the main street, so I think that's significant enough to note. So I definitely want to include mention of that. When does it stop? Oh, so it's literally... Yeah, it's intentionally supposed to be on this side. Yeah, it's supposed to be a thing they do on this. Okay, yeah. All right. Looks like there should be crystals here, but someone forgot to put them down. Oh, no, they're there. They're just really tiny. Tiny crystals. Little tiny crystals. Yeah, I think something like that. That would be rad. I know you're artistically inclined, but would you be interested in someone, I don't know, making one for you? Probably I'd want someone to commission one for me, yeah. I'd probably want someone to make at least a simple image or something. I actually have an artist in mind because I'm interested in asking her about other potential things for other future projects, so I might just ask her as like a good test run. Because it should be is like, what would I want it to be themed after, you know? I guess it has to incorporate Velka, right? Yeah, there you are. Man, I would love an Elden Ring mob which tries to restore all the place the lands between to before all the chaos and destruction happened, you know? Show America's empire in its full glory. That would be neat. All right, did they no, yeah, there's no barrier behind there. They really assume that you're never gonna make it in here otherwise, so. Oh, still boss fog there though. I guess that makes sense because yeah, the boss fog is behind the barrier still. Yeah, they're like, no one's getting in here. There we go. Ooh, yeah, I could use Kirino for that. Yeah, sure. That could be a cute little idea, yeah. Yeah, something like that as like a be right back, you know? I don't remember there being crystals on the way down, but I may be misremembering. So let's just double check real quick. Land octopus being land octopus. God, imagine we had giant land octopuses. No crystal here, as expected. I'm dead! I was like, damn it. Okay, but I'm pretty sure there's no crystals at all. I think we're safe. All right. Oh, you're saying you do it for free? Well, I don't mind if you guys want to like kind of do stuff like that for free, or even just do like you know, storyboard or like, you know, brainstorming stuff or what have you, right? It's just like I said, I wanted it's a good excuse for me to try to build a relationship with someone that I already wanted to try for future projects. So again, it works for me either way. Not gonna stop you guys from just, you know, letting your artistic senses go wild, you know? Gotta get those passions worked out. Nothing, okay. All right, so with that, I think that covers all the little details for Sellia that are worth talking about beyond just one. And you can argue it's not that little. It might be incredibly important. I'm not entirely sure myself. Now, concept art shows that all these towers... Yeah, all these towers here... They were once all windmills. Now we just have one. That's a windmill. And it seems like the idea is like it's styled after a Persian windmill. I'll be honest, I didn't find one that was one-to-one to this, but I do see similarities in the overall design. So I'm willing to just say, yeah, that's probably at least based on ancient Persian windmills. Then the question is, all right, let's say that all of these here. Oh, I didn't even consider. Yeah, I didn't even consider the fact that this is clearly like a Nox torch, right? Like, don't we see something like this in the Eternal City? Like, the style definitely looks similar. Yeah, that's something to keep in mind for the Nox thesis. Yeah, sure. It's just, you know, I've been kind of holding off because I'm like, I don't know if this stuff is going to work or whatever, but I think it's time I spend a little bit at least. You know, I don't have to be so stingy, right? I could be a little bit more or a little bit less frugal. Yeah, it's also a Nox flame. Okay, yeah, I'm not crazy then. Hey, I am... What's bugging me? Bugging me is the bugs. The bugs bug. The bugging bugs bug. The bugging bugs bug the bugs. And it's bugging me. There's nothing really else to point out about Sellia. Like, everything else is pretty standard. Red roofs, doors and windows, almost closed off from the outside for less sunlight. It's actually funny to think about. That's probably why we have the same style of windows in Lanedale, is because the Erd tree is so bright all the time that no one can get any sleep during the day. If the windows are see-through. It's like, no, it's too much light all day, every day. So they have to have them where they shut them. Should probably include that in the Age of Plenty for Lanedale and stuff, like just the style of homes and things that were built up for the capital. Just kind of adopting the Nox colonies style of window because it's too damn bright. All right, so let's go here to check the Sellia gate. Yeah, no problem, Nick. If you want, PM me your stuff and I can just look at, you know, your portfolio if you want. Again, I don't mind. Like I said, we have the Discord with the arts and crafts stuff or whatever, so people are free to either nice art they find or nice art they make, so makes no difference to me. Is it really? Huh. I'll be honest, I always thought it was more. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, I always thought it was more. There we go. The man is looking at those dragonflies and thinking, why are they green? Why are they always green? I swear, I'm tempted to just like look up just in general, like Also, Elden Ring is a perfect game with no flaws in it whatsoever, chat. None whatsoever. But I'm half tempted now to look at like bright colors and stuff for dragonflies and see if there's anything I can find that might be useful in terms of figuring this out. The windmills are also getting me because, again, I'm no expert, but I feel like if you're building your town right here at the base of a cliff, I'm not sure you're getting lots of wind. Maybe the sea breeze? Maybe that's the idea, but like there's so much buffering. Like, I just don't know. I'm not familiar enough with stuff to know what would be the benefits of having it here. And let's assume that's irrelevant. From Software was not thinking about any of that stuff. What would be the point of the windmills? Like, what are they doing? Are they like a drainage system? Like, was the idea... Because it looks like... Looks like there might have been water flowing through here once upon a time. It's hard to say because this is such a weird ravine. Right? But, like, I could see a case for water flowing out here. The problem is, like, we don't really see a lot of evidence of that ever being the case. Don Quixote moment. Nah, no. No giants here. They're all dead. Radon killed them. Oh, she's so cute right now. She's napping and she's just wagging her tail in her sleep. She's the cutest when she wants to be, you know? There we go. Radon hated the 20-footers. He's like, I'm the only giant allowed in this neighborhood. He just wanted to be the only one because he thought it would make him more heroic. I know everyone think Radon, the big hero. But he's a phony. My dad works at FromSoft, believe me. Man, the rain lately has just been... It comes, and then it goes. Like, Kaled, I love your weather. Like, you have to tell me your secret. No crystal or anything, right? Yeah, no. Just the prison. Yeah, so the windmills are the thing. So, like, what are the possibilities? Just plain grain mills. A little boring, but practical. But the problem is, Miyazaki doesn't often think about that stuff unless it's like something like Windmill Village, where obviously the windmills are almost kind of like a necessary expense to consider for the sake of him having the creepy, you know, countryside windmill town. Right, like, he wants to have his little horror moment. Kayla is like the Discord server. I don't know what you mean. Happy with any of that. Yeah, what do I want to do? I can't think of the windmill stuff. I mean, I guess it could be like for grinding glintstone or polishing glintstones, maybe? I don't know. That seems like a stretch. I can't think of a way that windmills would be useful for astrology, though. Maybe to just tell you the weather? Let you know weather conditions for staring into the night sky? Oof. Like, yeah, it's like, I feel like it would have to be astrology based considering the town. Like it has to somehow tie into the sorcery. Like, I guess you could say the water pumping thing, right? Maybe, or maybe the idea was it was an invention to try and help deal with the scarlet rot to keep the swamp from spreading to them. I don't know, because they're already on high ground, so it's like, I don't know if they're doing that much. Right, like, this section is how it was already lost. There they see things the same, that they gives them the same emotions as their owners, Nick. I'd imagine that's also a possibility. Yeah. I think that's it, because I can't really think of anything else that would be relevant here. Like, I'm not sure if I could justify, like, there being... Because they're known as the fields of Caelid. They're not known as the wetlands of Caelid. Yes, we have land squirts and stuff here, but those could have been... Those... I mean, they could have moved to the swamp after... Well, you know, it became the only source of liquid in the area. We have the scarabs here, probably because... either drops of amber because it comes from Melania. Oh my god, the Melania bathwater is real. Or because of maybe people dying. Like, that's the only thing I can think of with scarabs, is that they're trying to tell you where either A, there's lots of tears here because of, like, you know, Erd trees and stuff, or B, lots of people with crystal tears in their flasks or whatever died here. That's the only two options I see, and they're kind of used in place of corpses because, you know, Miyazaki doesn't want to spam the corpse pile asset everywhere in this game. You know, he's already got a lot of these. I agree, Nick. I agree. Nothing better than a good dog. Yeah, same with the land squirts. There could have been lots of ponds and stuff here before everything's dried up because of the rot. I imagine these roots soak up a lot of moisture. I think we just have to look at the rotted fields and lands and we can imagine what happened. I mean, the only other area that has any sort of fluid is more another rot swamp thing here, right? Yeah, we see just regular size dragonflies here. That's about it. a few geysers, but they don't last. And of course, Mirandas are just chilling. Melania's bathwater would reek. I mean, look at the swamp of Aeonia. I think I would agree. Man, I wish that dog that does 11,000 damage is with us today. Don't worry. He's with us in spirit in Dark Souls 3. Dark spirit, you could say. Yeah, and then we just have Anastasia here, which I think here she drops the holy scorpion thing, which again isn't really relevant to our purposes. With that, I feel like we've covered most of what I was interested in looking at. Yeah, like I feel like the windmill thing has to be like something to like check the weather, check for clouds, get a sense of clear skies or something like that. I'll just to look into windmills, see what they can tell us about what their uses might be for nighttime and stuff. Try to see if there's anything historically based, or hell, just even maybe astral astronomer, or, sorry, not, you know, weatherologists or whatever they're called, or meteorologists, right? That's the term. Maybe they'll, you know, they do stuff with windmills today or something. Because the only thing I could think of is like wind speed, wind pressure. You can measure maybe something like that, and then use that to kind of figure out like, oh, okay, the clouds are going to pass soon, so we'll get a clear view of the night sky in like, you know, 1 hour, 2 hours, that type of thing. That mangy mud had such a cultural moment. I would see that thumbnail overlaid on pictures of goofy looking lapdogs. I mean, I can see why. Like, it's one of those things where you're like, why does the dog do so much damage? Like, it's definitely one of those things where you're like, once you experience it, you're just like, that is absolutely absurd. Especially considering, if I remember correctly, it's specifically the dog in like the Hothlic High Wall, right? So it's basically the tutorial area. And you're getting such overkill. Like, understandable. Have a nice day. Oh, so, chat, I'm sorry to say, I have to vent. I had an order. I made an order for a book. The book came, I should say it was a batch order for a bunch of books for my shelf. One of them came damaged. I was like, okay, no biggie. I will call for a replacement. So I call, and I'm very specific with the title and the volume number and everything. So I call in, and I'm gonna get my free replacement. It takes me like a week, but I finally get the email confirming it's coming. I look, and it shows it's actually another book of the same volume number that is being sent. And I'm like, well, that's not what I asked for. So I called in, and they're like, okay, well, we can't like do this directly or whatever. And it's like already sent and all that stuff. So my first reaction is like, oh, okay, fine. You know, yeah, I'll just wait. So how long does it do? I'm like, oh, it's gonna take you another like 1 to 3 business days for us to give you an email back on. I'm like, oh my God. So it has been quite the annoying dealing with customer service for me just wanting to get my book replaced after it came damaged through no fault of my own. And, you know, they're like, oh, we only got like X amount of days or whatever. So it's like, I got to try to get all this stuff done as soon as possible. Ooh. There we go. Oh. Geez, chat, this is what we call foreshadowing. There you go. So that's gonna be fun waiting for them to get back to me so we can get this all worked out. Because again, 100% their fault. I will make them bring up the recordings of my previous calls if I have to. Because I know for a fact I even spelled the title out to make sure that they got the right one. 3 days to give you an email? Yes. It'll take 1 to 3 business days. Keep in mind, they said that last time when it came to actually getting an email about the replacement, and it ended up coming in like 7 or 8. And like I said, it was the wrong one too. So all that waiting just to get the confirmation everything was going smoothly, and it's like, oh, it's going smoothly for the wrong thing. Like I said, I don't mind if there's like, you know, one book comes damaged or something like that, I gotta order a replacement. It's fine. You know, these batch orders, you just, it's inevitable that you're gonna get something damaged, right? But like, hello? How do you get the wrong one? Clearly the guy or whoever, I can't remember if it was a guy or girl I talked to the first time, but clearly these people at customer service were not paying attention when it came to submitting it. And just so you guys know, when I didn't get in the first 1 to 3 days, I made sure to call back and tell them. So they even said that they would resubmit a second request to make sure that it was known about the replacement. So they doubled that up, and I was explicitly sure on the exact book there, and somehow they still got it wrong. So I will be raising hell if it turns if they don't get this solved by the time I get this email back. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely probably my worst experience with them for customer service so far. Again, I can understand it because I'm like, okay, someone just got lazy, right? But it's like, listen, you guys take forever to do this, and then you're telling me you're not just like fixing it. I have to wait for an email first before. Like, I am not happy. Yep. And like I said, we all know how this goes. It's all going to be... I guess that's what we should do, is we should check the scarabs around... I remember there being like 1 or 2 around here, for example. I think we should check the scarabs real quick around here, just to be doubly sure. Like, is there something that corresponds? Like, isn't there one of the red crystal tiers around here? Correct me if I'm wrong. Because we have a crimson... Yeah, it looks like we just have the one crimson here. We saw that. We had a bunch of them over there. Books are not cheap anymore, even paperbacks. Yeah, for sure. They're only getting more expensive. I'm surprised I've killed the rotted one here. All right, but that's within expectations. Reminds me I have to read the light novels I have that I put on the back burner forever. Yeah, maybe you should do that, I am. Maybe, just maybe. Maybe. Mayhaps. Mayhaps you catch up on your reading. Yeah, that's it. All right, now for Liurnia. I just have to input this grass stuff somewhere. I don't know if I should mention. Yeah, nothing here. I'll be honest, I'm not too surprised. Especially when you have Smarog over there hoarding all of them, so. Yeah, here. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, Nick. Yeah, I don't got stuff like that. I will say, the hardest thing for me, though, right now is anime Blu-rays. Specifically because Aniplex has some of my favorite series licensed, and they're just super expensive, and that's assuming they have their stuff in stock. I was able to get a decent enough deal for Fate Zero, because I accidentally, a while back, I got some, what I thought was like a good deal on Blu-rays. I'm like, oh no, wait, these are the European ones. Those don't work in my region. So that really sucked. So I have to like sell those at some point. So any of you guys living in like the UK or whatever, anyone who has region B, just know I got some anime Blu-rays that maybe I'm willing to sell at some point. Yeah, nothing here. Yeah, I always like associated in my brain scarabs with minor Erdtrees, but they're really not that common. The problem is we live in a golden age for media, where there's so much media of so much of so many kinds available to us at the touch of our fingers. It can be really hard to keep up sometimes. Yeah, not showing up here. I thought so, because like I don't remember seeing any around here for sure. Well, as I was saying, what was it, yesterday? Like I've never been able to get into Fate that deeply. I've tried. Like I said, I've seen a few episodes of Fate Grand Order and stuff. The problem with Fate Grand Order is it's very obvious that it's like adapting stuff that is late into the game. So it's not like a full game adaptation or something. So I'm just kind of like, okay, like I'm like in the middle of like past like 10 or like 15 arcs. I feel like I'm missing very important stuff. And then Fate Stay Night. I've never liked the Fate Stay Night. I know it's the original. It's the reason the whole thing exists. Congrats. I'm very glad that the Eroge was so successful to become the franchise it is now. But still, I am... I don't even need to check. I know there's none here. I've checked this tree so many times. I guess over here is next, huh? Yeah, so like Fate Stay Night has just never been able to do it to me. Unlimited Blade Works, I got pretty far into it, and there's definitely scenes I like in Unlimited Blade Works, but like I can't say I could ever finish it because I enjoyed it all or anything like that. It's just, it's not Fate Zero, man. Like Fate Zero set the bar so high for me for Fate. Like it's just so perfect. Like I just can't enjoy any other Fate property now. I kind of want to try out the Fate Faker or whatever it's called, because that one seems kind of funsy. And I heard Apocrypha is kind of like, if you turn your brain off, it could be stupid fun. Am I crazy? Yeah, it's over here. There we go. Yeah, so you have really, when you get down to it, when you really get down to it, there's only like a handful that have any scarabs. Oh, wait, no, I didn't want to. You're the wrong one. Go on my other man. There we go. You should check out the Witch of the Holy Night movie. Yeah, I'll watch some more Nasu content for sure. I don't think I'm going to turn myself off totally from Nasu stuff. All right, this one's kind of what we're looking for. We have red and a blue. And this one's another, like, Ash of War or something. So it's like 2 crimsons, 1 cerulean. I'll just call them reds and blue. You know, I'm tired of using the fancy words the localization goes for. I'm gonna call green green, not Viridian. They don't call it Viridian Turtle Talisman, now do they? Yeah, there's a lot of reds and blues here. That's interesting. Oh my god, and they have these fuckers. Why are you guys always at these graves? All right, in fairness, these are, for once, these are not cliffside graves. Like, for goddamn once, they are not. But still. There has to be a reason. Like, this is getting ridiculous. Granted, there is a cliffside graveyard right there. Gotta hate I constantly hear that noise, even though the camera's obviously away. Like, legit, this is kind of pissing me off. I think that's it. Nothing else but our favorite blue butterflies. So in total, it's 3 reds, 2 blues. Wild. Yeah, Sky SC next month, and I have to complete FC still. Whee! I keep on either skipping stream days or end up defaulting to FromSoft. I can't help it. I can't help it. I keep on finding new stuff I want to look into. My time. All right. I can't believe they were at these cliffside graves too. Like, it never ends, chat. It never ends. I will never be free of these goddamn dragonflies. They will consume my very soul. Not here, at least. Yeah, no. Man, buddy, terrible place to die. You almost made it down. Almost. You've got to be kidding me. No. No, why? Why are you everywhere? Like, how are you even breathing? It's a snowy mountaintop. There's no water for you. How? How? There we go. You're probably not wrong. I am. You're probably not wrong. You still need to check out Enderlily. I know. I have such a backlog. I have so many games that I haven't finished, even when I start them. Just time just goes away from me, chat, 'cause I'm always like, damn, I could be more productive with it if I, you know, did this. Come on. There we go. It's funny too, they're taunting me because it's just the one. It's gonna drive me crazy for my entire life here. Those stupid dragonflies. Do you not complete on your own off stream? No, I have not. I'm still in Zeiss. Yeah, Fortune's Weave is gonna be fun. I'm gonna enjoy watching Let's Plays of that one. That one's gonna be an enjoyable thing to have on the background while I work. It's looking really nice. Yeah, random red one over here. That's really the question, is like, are they using those things as stand-ins so they'll throw them in whenever they feel players need healing in one or the other? Yeah, then we go in here. Yeah, there we go. I know there are a few scarabs around here somewhere. Maybe I'm just crazy. I could have swore there was like one or two. Wait. I'll be honest, this one actually surprises me a little. Because like the green ones, I'm like, okay, those are already oddities. So like I'm willing to pull my hair out off of them. Fine, sure. But we also have now the regular brown ones here. I guess because the river at one point existed. It was in fact a thing. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We know. Yeah. Yes. I knew it. There is one. Okay. Yeah, so there has to be. It might really be just. It really might just be a stand-in for corpses, maybe. There you are. There we go. There we go. All right. Yeah, like there's so many here specifically. Like, oh my God, there's 3 more I just found here. Like, there we go. Like, you see, like, this stands out to me. Interesting. They have a sinner corpse for this one. There you go. I'll meet the corpse's friend for sure. That hero had a friend in the end. Maybe he was a banished knight. No, but you see, like, why are there so many congregating in this area? Again, is it the idea that a bunch of people from Yellow Anise tried to flee south and died to all these ancestor spirit followers? It's just a very, very curious detail. Oh my god. So combining that with stuff like what we see here with Smarog, I really do think it might be indications of the amount of death. Because there's just too many otherwise, I feel. Oh, Liurnia weather. Truly, you are something else. There we go. Yeah, because I can't think of any other source of teardrops otherwise. It has to come from people or something. Because what else could possibly be giving all those drops of amber? All right, let's actually look. Blue. 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 And he's the sorcerer eater, right? Okay, yeah, 100%. Because why would there be so many blue crystal tears unless it was the class that needs focus more than healing, which would be, of course, magic attackers, so sorcerers. So yeah, I get the feeling whenever numbers are skewed like that, it's overwhelmingly trying to tell us something of that nature. And then, like, I guess the mix of reds and blues that you can see in the snowfield has to be something similar then. It's like a bunch of people dying. Rather than show a bunch of corpses or anything, you just put a lot of things, because then it also... Yeah, okay. I think that's the principle. Anything to make things varied up and make things more interesting than just putting a bunch of bodies everywhere. And have the same, you know, boring encounters, you know? Alright. And we're gonna have to add somewhere. I think it's gonna be Liurnia Wars. The giants living in vicinity of Runestream Precipice, bringing their pets down here, their giant land squirts. All right. With that, I think it's time. I think it's time to wrap things up. I've got stuff I need to add 100% in regards to Celia. For sure. Let me take one last look at that one guy I thought was unique. Make sure I'm not just going crazy. Loki, when are we getting the Jar Baron thesis? I've ignored the Jar Town because I just find them so irrelevant to everything that I just don't want to. I don't want to like focus on them at all. I will admit I have been Jarist. Yeah, he is the unique one. So which ones? Yeah, because isn't this... Maybe I'm crazy. I forget what the combination of masks is then for the one up here. Yeah, Carlos. Twin set. Okay, so no, yeah, these guys have the normal heads. Might want to include this too. Carlos. Yeah, I need to remember. Carlos has the crown. Olivinus has like the headband. Yeah, these guys are another one of them, and these combination of what's its face, I can't remember what, and it looks like Olivinus but with unique gems. I was kidding. I'm not. I am a full-throated Jarist. But anyway, the thing is like, I want to talk about living jars in the context of Jar Saints, right? So that would have to go in Hornsent. And from there, it's a question of... Ooh. Yep, that's what I thought. From there, it's a question of what the hell do I do with characters like Alexander and stuff like that. But they're such a low priority, I feel. I think I can ignore them for a good while and not have to, like, think about that. Like, they probably should all be under the same thing, right? It has to go before I talk about the perfumers, the depraved perfumers, because of the whole jar poacher thing. Alright. I haven't been there on this character. Or at least I haven't gotten anything important there. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh. There we go. Perfect. There we are. There we go. So like overall, it's just one of those things where I did the Great Jar, which was the one I thought was the most interesting and most notable. And then I'm kind of like, okay, I'm done with jars. Done with jars till I get to Horn Scent. Yeah, that one's so interesting to me. I wonder if there are plans for other combinations. I can't remember if maybe Zuli had talked about that. You're the one normal guy here. The rest of our twin sages are apparently all freaks. Yep, so I think we've checked every corner where... Yeah, these guys travel around. So annoying because you have to be so close to make sure you trigger it. Like this guy's just around a Carlos here. Yeah. It's Carlos and like some twin sages, really. Whichever this one was called. I still can't remember what it was called. I think it was a fancy Latin word. There's more than just this one guy. I remember we had... I don't remember where we had him, but I could have swore there were two guys walking. Oh, whoopsie. Yeah, these guys are doing their thing. Okay, I think we've looked down every street here and double checked. I could have swore we had a double at some point. I really feel like I'm going crazy, but oh well. Oh well. Even if it was, clearly not consistent enough. These guys I know definitely know we had over here, but I could have swore they were ones on the balcony area. Balcony, quote unquote. Oh, a straight up genuine Livinus guy here. Oh, did Livinus always have the circle ones? I guess I must be going full mad. I didn't realize Livinus had these little domes. Yes, we had Carlos and a Livinus here. More Livinus here. Yeah, I had a... I think we got shots of this guy walking earlier. All right. And with that, I think we're going to wrap things up for realsies. Like I said, I've got a lot more details and stuff to try to work into this first draft of Astrologers. Again, I'm squeezing this orange of everything it's got, but I think there's not much left we can squeeze. Also, the doggo has woken from her little nap. How did you sleep well, my girl? Did you sleep well? So yeah, I think we're gonna leave that here. First draft might be done this week. If so, that means probably next week we'll have the thesis posted. I guess it could depend on how quickly we can get the turnaround on all those reference images getting thrown in, because it's obviously there's going to be a lot of technical stuff to showcase. So I may be slowed down by that, but you know, that's a me problem, not a you problem. So talk to y'all later, chatteroonies. Johnny.